Some people don't ask for help, not because they don't need it, because somewhere along the way, they learned that needing things leads to disappointment. Psychology says this behavior isn't stubbornness, it's a deeply wired pattern, and it reveals more about a person's history than their personality. 1. They learned self-reliance early. Psychologists call this compulsive independence. When a child's needs are repeatedly unmet, ignored, dismissed, or met with frustration, the brain adapts. It stops signaling for help. It starts solving alone. By adulthood, asking feels not just unnecessary, it feels dangerous. 2. Asking feels like losing control. For many people who never ask, control is safety. They built their identity around being capable. Needing someone else, even briefly, threatens that structure. Psychology links this to a fragile self-concept, where self-worth depends entirely on self-sufficiency. Asking feels like admitting failure, not just requesting support. 3. They expect to be let down. Research on attachment styles shows that people with avoidant attachment have learned, through experience, that others aren't reliable. So they stop reaching out before the disappointment can happen. It isn't pessimism, it's protection. They'd rather do it alone than confirm that no one will show up.
4. They don't want to burden anyone. This goes deeper than politeness. Many independent people carry a quiet belief: my needs are too much. This often forms in households where emotional needs were treated as inconvenient. So they shrink. They handle it themselves. They apologize for taking up space even when no one asked them to. 5. Vulnerability feels like exposure. Asking for help requires admitting you don't have everything figured out. For people who survived by staying composed, that kind of openness feels threatening. Psychology calls this vulnerability avoidance, not a fear of weakness, but a fear of being seen as weak by someone who might use it. 6. They've been burned before. Sometimes the pattern is simpler. They asked once. They were judged, rejected, or met with silence, and they decided never again. One experience can rewire an entire behavioral pattern when the emotional cost is high enough. If you never ask for help, psychology doesn't call you strong. It asks what made asking feel so unsafe. Real strength isn't needing nothing. It's knowing when to reach out and trusting that someone might actually be there. If this made you think of someone or yourself, subscribe. Because on this channel, we don't just observe behavior, we understand it.